If you are a Nigerian woman living in Nigeria, I want you to pay close attention because there's a troubling direction our government has been taking that we're not talking about. But it should be a cause for concern for all of us. Our beloved country, represented by the executive arm, is well known for her willingness to sign various treaties that seek to uphold the rights of women at international forums. But these treaties are hardly domesticated at the national level, talk less of domestication at state levels. Be calming down. I will explain. You see, Section 12, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, states that international treaties which have been signed will not have any effect in the country until the National Assembly makes a corresponding law on it. And it doesn't stop here. Each state in Nigeria will have to agree to this new law before it becomes an official law in the state. This situation has not benefited Nigerian women, because the many signed treaties against discrimination of women have likely not been implemented in the country. These treaties, they are very plenty, but I will mention a few, particularly those that would have brought tremendous benefits for women and positioned our dear country as a champion of equal rights. Number 1, the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, aka CEDAW. The treaty was signed by Nigeria since 1985, you can imagine. This treaty was intended to demonstrate Nigeria's commitment to promoting women's rights and gender equality. Its provisions obligate Nigeria to eliminate all forms of discrimination against women. As we all can see, the provisions are not respected, as Nigeria is still ranked as one of the worst performers when it comes to gender equality and equity. Apparently, signing the treaty meant little, as again, Section 12 of the Nigerian Constitution makes it impossible for parts of the provision in that treaty to be legally enforced. And that is why we are having wonderful regulations that call for women to take permission from their workplaces before getting married. Let me add here that CEDAW has some good benefits that would not only support women, but also have positive impact in our nation's progress. For example, Article 11 of the Convention calls for the right to the same employment opportunities, the right to free choice of profession and employment, and the right to equal pay. Today, Nigerian women earn approximately 45% less than men in similar roles. Imagine that. And Nigerian women account for more than 70% of the country's poorest population, despite making up half of the population. This is happening because Nigeria would not take deliberate steps to abide by the terms of the convention. Convention where nobody forced them to sign. Number 2, the Maputo Protocol. This is another treaty that was signed in 2004 by representatives of the Nigerian government. This is a protocol, African Charter on Human and People's Rights, on the rights of women in Africa. This one is not an Igbo treaty. It is African, and yet, like the others, suffers the fate of limited implementation. What is different but gladdening about this treaty is that Nigeria has actually made some good progress in incorporating it into its laws, such as the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act of 2015. In fact, in 2017, the ECOWAS Court made a significant ruling using the Maputo Protocol in the case of Dorothy Injamanze and 3 others versus the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This was the first pronouncement of a regional court on women's human rights using the Maputo Protocol. There are even ongoing efforts to domesticate the protocol, including the drafting of the Gender and Equal Opportunities Bill, which, as you know, has been stuck in Senate debates. Experts have hailed this bill as a significant step forward in improving Nigeria's record in gender equality. Unfortunately, for several years now, some of our lawmakers are still fixated on tribal debates like whether to use the word equity instead of equality. I am not joking, no. Therefore, despite the efforts made on this protocol, Nigerian women continue to face legal discrimination in their own country. If you don't believe me, check out our previous videos. We explain the matter in details. If you still don't believe it, look it up in our constitution and other laws and policies now. The discrimination against women in Nigeria. No be here. Number 3, the African Charter on Democracy, Elections and Governance is another international treaty Nigeria has signed in 2011. What is interesting about this treaty is that it specifically mentions, among other things, the need for gender balance and equality in governance and development processes, specifically in Chapter 2, Article 2. Yet, in Nigeria, you can check out how many women are, for instance, in the Senate. In some Nigerian states, there are practically no women, not at all, in their state assemblies. And in some others, you will find only one woman in the assemblies. Now, yes, we have signed the treaty, but does it look like we have implemented this treaty in any way? Now you go answer that only. Number 4, the Supplementary Act on Equality of Rights between Women and Men for Sustainable Development in the ECOWAS region, adopted in 2015. This is an important regional instrument aimed at promoting gender equality and women's rights within ECOWAS member states. Since Nigeria is a key member of ECOWAS, one would have expected that she would play a significant role in implementing such an act. But no, Nigeria is busy collecting ECOWAS chair up and down. But implement treaty now? No. So, what is the implication of Nigeria not domesticating these treaties that she has signed? For one, it hurts our international integrity. Signing a treaty is like telling the world that you're committed to making a difference on the issue. Failing to make laws to implement these treaties within the country, well, it gets as CB. As a result, women will continue to suffer the challenges these treaties were meant to address. To help us ensure that international treaties are incorporated into our laws and fully implemented, the action of 6 groups of people are required. Number 1, lawmakers. Our guys, the lawmakers. It is not an offense for anybody to be a Nigerian woman. No. Don't forget, you were elected by Nigerian women, born of women, plus you have wives and daughters. Forget those troubling diversions and focus on the real issues at hand. Therefore, ensure full domestication and implementation of signed treaties for the benefit of Nigerian women. Rise above your sentiments and do the right thing by the women of this country. Posterity and Nigerian women will not forget you if you do this. We are watching and waiting. Number 2, executives. Don't just sign those treaties and go to bed. Engage the lawmakers to domesticate them. Call out those who are frustrating your effort in this regard. Make we know who be our enemies now. Number 3, Nigeria women. Organize yourselves. Unite and demand for accountability from your elected and selected officials now. Ask them questions. Leave Ashwebi, Tife, singing and dancing at rallies alone. Adebego now. Vote for those who will protect your interests. Support and vote for capable women. It is because women in leadership positions are few. That is why women-centered issues are not making progress. Nigerian women, apply wisdom small now. I don't talk about no. Number 4, Nollywood. Yes, Nollywood. How can I tell the stories of the struggles of Nigerian women now? I beg now. No stories said, I know. But plenty stories about our struggles are important too. And believe me, they will sell. Not be we they watch film. Number 5. Civil society organizations and media. You cannot be tired. Yes, it can be frustrating when there's very slow progress and the civic space is even self-shrinking, but the struggle must continue. We don't get choice. So finally, you, yes you, social media warrior, if you've watched this video up to this point, it means this matter is important to you. Like, share widely, comment on the video, make it reach those decision makers who can do something about this matter. I beg, let Nigerian women break. We dey beg oh.